What's going on, guys? Zach here from iTrendz with another video coming at you guys. Today we're going to be looking at our options trading journal. It is a free trading journal that we created so that everybody inside of our group and now everybody outside of our group can get access to a trading journal, because it is probably, not even probably, it is the most important tool, the most important asset for any trader is actually a journal, believe it or not, because it's really important to journal what's going on with your trading, whether you're winning or losing, right? We need to see profits. It's okay to see it inside of your account. It's actually really important to see it in front of your face saying, I entered here, I exited here. I took a win, I took a loss, what was that percentage? But even more important than that is actually journaling and writing in a couple notes like, I lost this trade because I FOMO'd into it. I sold out too early. I didn't respect my rules and I broke a rule and therefore I took a loss and I got too greedy. You know, there's a bunch of reasons like that a trade can go right and a trade can go wrong. And it's really important to document those in the moment, because it's really easy for us to think about, oh yeah, last week I had a banger on Amazon, 168%. But thinking about how you actually felt mentally in that trade a week ago is very difficult a week after the trade has already occurred. It's a lot easier to do it, you know, right after you've taken the trade, the day after or the day of that you've taken the trade. Anyway, let's get right to my computer. I can show you guys what it's all about. So this is our options trading journal, specifically designed for options traders. We are options traders. We're a community of options traders. So we designed this specifically for options trades. So we're going to just do a run through of it. Just today, today is a Monday, so we actually did trade today. So with that being said, I'm going to, I already entered it in already, but I'm actually going to re-enter it so it makes sense for you guys. So we're going to go from left to right. That's the way that it makes the most sense. Very important to look at the legend over here. It says the green and dark green boxes are automatically calculated. So automatically calculated, automatically calculated, automatically calculated, right? Automatically calculated. Orange boxes are your manual inputs over here. Yellow are the most important. These, you have to have all that data for us to generate anything for you. And then check out the drop down menus, right? So we'll get to that in a second. So let's start all the way on the left over here. Took two trades today, one on AMD, one on Amazon. Let's just go ahead and start with AMD. So you put the stock symbol in there, the date that we opened it, 8/1/22, not 02, 8/1/22. Hold on, I can't type. 8/1/22. Expiration date is the end of the week, 8/5/22. It was a call. All right. Sorry, just did that. It was a call. Buy is all we did. We did not sell it. We bought it. So B or S. B stands for buy. S stands for sell. That's kind of just for yourself to remember, oh, I bought these, or oh, I sold these if you're interested in doing covered calls, etc. So the strike price, that's the strike price of the contract. It was $100 call, 100 strike call. The premium that we paid was $1.67. I personally only had 5 of them. Unfortunately, that's smaller than my normal position size, but it's okay. The exit price, we exited them for $2.50, and we closed them today. So that's the close date. So simple. Now it calculates our profit for us. So we made $415 total from the trade, and the trade percentage was actually about 49.7%. So it actually calculates that for you. So it's really cool. I know you can see it in your broker, but after usually it gets rid of it and you forget, you have to do the multiplication yourself, or the division rather, yourself. And we've done it here for you. So now it's all gets automatically calculated, and that's great. It'll tell you how many days you actually held it for. We didn't held it for any days. It was a day trade itself. And then it'll also tell you if it's closed or not. So if you don't enter in when you closed it, it will say, okay, this is open. So that is all good and well. Very simple. It'll also calculate your running P&L. And then once we enter our second trade, it'll tell us our win rate. Hint, it's 100% because we're only entering 2. Definitely not a 100% trader. There's no such thing unless you're an AI. And honestly, AI isn't a 100% trader. All right. So now this is the most important part of the entire journal, is the trade recap. And we specifically designed this so that you guys can get a little guide and actually start making an impact in the journaling that you're doing by writing some really important things down, like, okay, was I too early? Was I too late? Was I greedy? Did I ignore my rules, etc.? So in doing so, we created this drop down where you can actually take a look. Okay, yeah, I didn't adhere to my rules. I was greedy. I overtraded. The stock price for the entry and exit, you can write that down. I really, you entered here, you exited here. Boom. For myself, I'm going to say that my main issue with this trade is that I took a smaller position despite having utmost confidence about this trade. For some reason, I took a smaller position, even though I had the confidence. So that was my real drawdown of this trade. So I'm going to put that in there. Took small position despite having confidence. So I got to enter that in, right? It's important to note that. So when I look back next week, I can look at this trade and be like, wow, that was a really good trade. Easy 50% trade, 49.7% trade. But next time I see this exact same setup, I'm going to make sure that with that same confidence, I'm actually going to double my position size, or actually just take a normal position size, if anything, because this was too small. So with the trade setup, we duplicated it. Same exact thing. Your trade setup. So let's talk about the trade setup. Was it a breakout and retest? Was it a chart pattern trade, right? A bull or a bear flag? Was it a supply and demand zone trade? Was it a confluence trade? You have some type of confluence with QQQs. Well, for me, it was actually a supply and demand trade. So I took it off of demand and I had confluence in QQQs bouncing. So let's just write a little bit about the setup here. So I had confluence with QQQ off of demand. So I took this trade off of demand and I had confluence with QQQ. So now when I look back in this, I'm going to know, okay, I had a great trade, really easy 49% trade, confluence in QQQ off of demand, but I took too small of a position. Dang it. So next time when I have the same exact confluence in QQQ off of demand and a strong uptrend rally, I'm not going to take a small position. I'm actually going to take either a normal position or double up. All right, so now that we put in one of our trades today, let's do the second trade of the day. It was Amazon. So we're going to just go through from left to right. Again, we took it today on the 1st, 28/1/22. The expiration, they were weeklies as well. Calls, right? We bought them. All right, and so now when it comes to the strike price, again, we put the strike price 139 call. We bought them at 1.2. I had 8 of them, and we exited at 2. What did we exit? 2.37. That was the last exit. That wasn't the whole exit, but with that, regardless, exited at 2.37 from 1.2. It was a great trade. We closed it on the same day. It was a day trade. So now this is going to update here where you have your running P&L 1351. So it's going to tell me my total cumulative. Let's try saying that 10 times. Cumulative P&L. So it's going to add the two of these together. We can see that the total down here, sum is 1351. So this is going to do this automatically for you. And then also it's going to calculate your win rate, which we can take a look at in a second. And so again, we go back to the next one, the most important part, the actual trade recap, trade notes. All right, so what happened with this one? Well, honestly, this was a great trade. I took the trade because I recognized that I took too small of a position in AMD. Amazon was having a similar setup, and we were back testing and retesting our pre-market high to confirm it as support to go higher. So honestly, as far as notes, I had great execution, I had perfect position size, and the trade was really good. So I executed to my rules, and the trade went perfect. All right, so I don't like to use the word perfect. However, it was honestly like my execution was pretty solid in it. And I'm really thinking about my execution here. Like my execution was actually pretty solid. So I executed to my rules. I kept to all my rules. As some of you know, some of my rules contain the VWAP, specifically if I have a poor exit in a position or a poor entry in a position, I can use the VWAP to let me know I messed up. The link to that video is going to be in the description. So I adhere to all my rules. I was not over leveraged, nothing like that. As far as the trade setup, it was great. We had a retest of pre-market high and above EMAs and VWAP. All right, so and above EMAs and VWAP. So perfect. All right, so now I know, looking back into here, that I executed perfectly on my rules on Amazon, and then I took it after a retest of pre-market high and above EMAs and VWAP. Great. The next time that occurs, I can take that trade again with confidence, knowing that this is exactly what I saw, and I'm documenting that this was exactly what I saw the day of, the day after, so it's nice and fresh in my mind, and I can actually remember correctly. So just to show you guys what the win rate does, let's just show you what if I took a poor trade. So let's say we took a trade on SPY, and we played some weeklies, and we played some puts, because today was not the day to be playing puts unless you caught it at the top, which we also did that as well. So SPY, let's just say some 420 puts here, and we bought them for 5.0. We bought one, and then we sold them for 50% loss at 2.5. Now you have a 67% win rate, and your P&L is now calculated to incur that loss as well. So now instead of being $1,400 and something up, you're only up $1,100. So that is the iTrendz options trading journal. So hopefully you guys got some good value out of this, seeing how to actually utilize it, and maybe got a little bit of inspiration as to how to go about your trade recap section. Again, that's the most important part, other than actually putting in the data, is the trade recap. So make sure that you guys take advantage of that. And we will be updating this from time to time. So please, if you have some feedback, if you'd like to see something else in here, a different tab, or we need to make changes to this or changes to that, please leave them in the comment section below, or feel free to hit us up in Discord or on the website as well. There's a contact us form on there as well. Feel free to just hit us up. If you have feedback, it's very, very important that we make these products really, really helpful for you guys. So obviously it's you guys, where you guys come in most is the feedback, because we need that. So with that being said, this has been all from me today. I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys had a great day.